A very good morning and welcome. I'm Ingrid.
I'm Irina.
And I'm Ravisa.
This is Perfrac Touch, Percentage Fraction Kit. It is a tactile learning tool developed to help visually impaired students master the form to topic of percentages and fraction. Our product is under mathematics category and it aims to support inclusive education in line with the fourth Sustainable Development Goal, which is quality education. Irina, what problems that Perfrac Touch is trying to solve?
Thank you, Yun. The first problem statement is visually impaired students often struggle to understand mathematical concepts, especially abstract ones like percentages and fractions. Secondly, there is a lack of accessible, tactile, and braille-based learning tools to support their understanding in classroom.
For our objective, first, to enhance student understanding and mastering the topic of percentage and fraction. Second, to design and develop a tactile learning kit that teach percentage concept through braille and hands-on activity. We use AD model for our product. Yun, what does AD stand for?
A. Analyze. We observe visually impaired students to identify challenge in converting percentage to fraction. D. Design. We create a rotating tactile wheel from recycled material with braille labels for percentages and fraction. D. Development. We make our product with recycled, eco-friendly materials and designed to be safe and sustainable. I. Implementation. We test our product with visually impaired students to ensure it meets the intended learning goals. E. Evaluation. We identify the level of understanding about percentage and fractions after using Perfrac Touch.
We started the development of Perfrac Touch with the design phase. At this stage, we focused on creating a rotating tactile wheel using eco-friendly materials. The structure was designed as a 3D cube with an openable section to store a question cards. Braille labels were included from the beginning to ensure inclusivity and interactive learning for visually impaired users. Next, we collected materials. We used recycled cardboard from box to support environmental sustainability and add color paper for visually appeal. A braille tool was also prepared to emboss tactile labels. Then, we move on to wheel creation. We cut circular shapes from cardboard to represent how a whole can be divided into parts, perfect for teaching fractions and percentage. At the same time, we constructed a 3D cube as the base for the wheels. Once the wheel and label were ready, we assembled the wheel onto the cube. Each wheel was attached carefully to ensure smooth rotation and proper alignment. We also conduct functionality tests to make sure everything worked well. Finally, we prepared the question cards. We work math-related questions, cut them into individual cards, mount them onto cardboard, and add braille text on each one. These cards were made to be stored in the cube's openable section for easy access during learning activities.
Irina, can you show us how Perfrac Touch works?
Of course, let me show you how it works. Perfrac Touch includes two tactile cubes. Each tactile cube has 5 rotating tactile wheels. The top is openable to store printed and braille question cards. And the top right of the corner shows the category for visually impaired students to identify it using braille. First cube covers category 0 to 4 and the second one covers category 5 to 9. And each wheel contains the percentages that ends with the same digit. For example, category 5, it has 15%, 35%, 55%, and so on. For example, given 75%, the student must first identify the category by finding it using Braille. And next, they will have to rotate the wheel slowly to find 75% using Braille. And as they found the 75%, the fraction is just at the right side, which is 3 over 4 in fraction. And so, the answer is right at the back of the question card. This does not just improve the gap but also strengthens their basic fraction skills and number sense. The questions card inside the cubes are used for practice and self-assessment, making Perfrac Touch a hands-on, inclusive, and eco-friendly learning tool for visually impaired students.
So we conducted real classroom testing involving two Form 2 special education classes, dividing into an experimental class that used Perfrac Touch and a conventional class that followed traditional teaching methods. Based on quantitative analysis, we analyzed the total score that obtained by the visually impaired student from their assessment tests, and feedbacks from these students was collected and analyzed through questionnaires. Qualitative data from teachers' observation revealed increased student engagement, faster understanding, and independent learning while using Perfrac Touch. Feedback from students also indicated that Perfrac Touch is highly competitive in the terms of concept, functionality, marketability, and safety.
Moving on to the impact. Firstly, it improves academic performance by strengthening conceptual understanding through tactile and hands-on experience. Secondly, it boosts students' confidence and engagement in mathematics through meaningful sensory learning. Lastly, it supports inclusive education by providing an accessible alternative aligned with Malaysia's special education system.
For future plans, we have applied patent protection to safeguard originality. Besides, we plan to translate Perfect Touch in various languages, including Mandarin and Tamil, to expand the market. We are also exploring the development of a mobile app for visually impaired students to further support their learning.
We collaborate with multiple organizations to refine and validate Perfrac Touch. First, School of Education, Faculty of Social Science and Humanities, University of Technology Malaysia. Second, SK Pendidikan Khas, Princess Elizabeth. Third, Maktab Sultan Abu Bakar English College. And fourth, CBH Recycle M Sdn Berhad as our eco-material supplier. In conclusion, Perfect Touch was successfully designed with tactile and braille features to support visually impaired students in learning presentation.